Hello, what's up YouTube? So today I am going to showcase my Magicka Necromancer PvP build, which is essentially a bombing build, but despite the ability to bomb multiple opponents in a tight space because of the Dark Convergence nerf, it has the tankiness to survive most bursts in the game. So yep, this is just a short clip of me surviving this 10 plus bursts, and what follows, it's a series of videos of the bombs. So as a necromancer, unfortunately the best route to do well in PvP is the bombs, essentially, because yeah, like what other setup where you can tank so much damage and wipe out everybody in like a few buttons. I mean, I could be wrong, and you know, there might be a build that can do that, but this is what I'm comfortable with, and just look at that. Just a few buttons and everybody's dead. But I would say the skill gap in this build is not how well you execute your combo for your bomb, it's how well you stay alive on your back bar. Because in like a 1v1 scenario, you can just heavy attack, resistance, flush, you get that major mending off your resto, you know, and you will essentially not die if you play your cards right. But you know, if more than one, like if you're like Xing somebody, as they call it, you know, or 1v Xing, you kind of need like line of sight. And because like this build is tanky, but it is as tanky as I can make it without putting on a defensive set, because it's basically like 2 damage sets, no defensive set. Yeah. Yep, lead them to a choke point and bomb 3 of them. So yes, definitely I need some practice on the back bar, and also yep, the combo itself, which is quite complicated, I would say, and it involves a series of skills that needs to be done in this sequence, which I will explain in the build portion of the video. Have I said that? Yep, around like the 5-minute mark I will have a build portion of the video. Oh, there's a huge stack right here. Take this. Oh my god. Now this is a situation where I need to run because cast my ult, and those are DKs, tanky as hell, so it's best to cut my losses and run and bomb another day. So essentially this build is just be tanky on your back bar, heavy attack resto, heal yourself, heavy attack to gain Magicka, and also build resources towards your next bomb. And when nobody expects it, or you found a crowd of people fighting, like right here, just cast a bomb and everybody dies. Yeah, this is, it's kind of busted actually. Like Dark Convergence itself, and also like the Necro Harmony synergy. Goddamn. Oh, those guys are already like low health, so I ran in to finish the job. Okay, these guys are chasing this one guy, and I got them all. Okay. Oh, teammate is down. Yep. Oh my god. I haven't seen these clips like since I cut them, and you know, damn. Alright, with that being said, time to get to the build portion of the video. Alright, so welcome to the build portion of the video. There's the character sheet and buffs. Spell damage close to 4k with all the buffs. We're looking at 5,555 spell damage. Recovery stats, it's underwhelming, but that's okay because we have the mender here, and on our back bar we're looking at 1,100 Magicka recovery, and yep, 400 health recovery, 800 stamina recovery, not too bad. And our health recovery takes a huge dip because for this build I'm using Vampire Stage 3. Basically, your abilities cost more, but you will be tankier because of the Undeath passive. Basically, the lower your health, the more damage you'll mitigate. So yep, you're tanky, but your abilities cost more. But that doesn't matter because we are a Breton. Being a Breton, more Magicka, more spell resistance, and also reduce the Magicka cost of your abilities by 7%. Being a Breton offsets the negative effects of being a vampire and also makes you more tankier. And before using a vampire, I can get away with normal regular tri-stat food, but right now Bewitched Sugar Skulls is essential because it's basically giving all my health recovery. Bewitched Sugar Skulls increase all your resources and also health recovery by 393. So yep, most of this recovery here is from Bewitched Sugar Skulls. I mean the health recovery, that is. Munda's Apprentice gives me more damage to my bursts. So yep, pretty good. Now let's get into the gear. First set we're using, front bar set, Dagons, Sharpen, gives me more pen. The glyphs will be weapon and spell damage, and I will explain the combo later in the video. But for now, let's get into the gear. Basically, adds 492's weapon and spell damage to your AoE abilities, which includes the Grave Robber, the Blast Bones, and my ults. So yep, buffs all the AoEs. I would say this one is kind of best in slot for bombing. Like, I say that generally, I'm kind of generalizing here. Obviously there's other sets that are good for, like, you know, bombing multiple people, but yeah, adds more damage to your AoE abilities. What more can you ask for? You know, it's the best. And before this, only weapon damage to your AoE abilities, but now it adds to your spell damage as well due to the hybridization. Backbar set, Potentates, reduce damage taken from players by 3%, makes you more tanky, and on top of the other stuff which I will explain in the skill section, you are basically unkillable. So yeah, defending, increase my resistances. The enchantment, basically you can run out whatever. I just like some crusher enchantment, reduce your resistances, you know, I mean your target's resistances, just, you know, when your teammate is like zerging down someone, you can just decrease their resistances. Yes, Yep. Basically you can just run whatever. Before this I'm just using some Oblivion damage and chance. So yeah, it's kind of a flexible spot. But yeah, Crusher is my choice. And what else? Yep, monster set, Baylords. When you cast your ult, gain a crap ton of damage and pen relative to the amount that you spend. So at like 500, let's show the buffed up stats here. So we're looking at about 6,100 spell damage and almost 20k pet, so not too shabby. I think, yeah, I'm not sure if I have the Boneyard equipped there, so I remember it going up to 20k pen, so basically gives you damage and pen. Bodies, Dagons on the chest, legs and the feet. And the second set we're using is Dark Convergence. Dark Convergence, everybody knows it, everybody loves it. They did decrease the range of the pull, but they reduce, they didn't reduce, they increased the targets pulled in. Because before this, you can pull a maximum of 6 targets, but now it will pull every target in the area. I did post a clip where I bombed like 7 people in BGs with it, and I would have got the 8% if that guy wasn't on CC cooldown. But yeah, this thing pulls everybody, but the range has been decreased, which is good. So yeah, you kinda need to place this strategically now. Basically, your Boneyard Crocs Convergence pulls everybody in, and your ult pulls everybody in as well, which I will explain. And jewelry, Dark Convergence, spell damage and chance, harmony, all of it. Basically harmony, increase the damage of your synergies, which is this Avid Boneyard here. Makes it hit harder. So yeah, this is basically the bread and butter trait of this build. This trait is what makes this build work, and yeah, it's the best. Armor traits, I will go briefly. I'll skim through briefly. Basically, I'm using 3 reinforce and 4 impen. So that's reinforce on the head, the chest, the legs. That's all reinforce. Other than that, all these are impen. You can go the boots reinforce, but I just like to have like 4 impen on me, just just in case one of those Nightblade ganked me, or their Calurians proc and it crits and stuff. Having impen on is a safe choice. Yeah. So yeah, 3 reinforce, 4 impen. Glyphs, the head, the chest, the legs, triglyphs. Other than that, all these small pieces are Magicka glyphs. And the glyphs on the rings are spell damage. People said that it's best to run like Magicka recovery to offset that, Magicka recovery decrease on like vampire, but you know what? Like the way I play, which I will show in a moment, going full damage is the best choice. That's it for the gear. Let's go on with the skills. First skill on the bar, Elusive Miss. And basically, this skill right here, we're not using it to miss around and escape from opponents, which is good to do, but basically I'm using it because of this passive right here. When you leave Miss form, your weapon and spell damage is increased by 300 for 6 seconds. So yeah, it is essential to my burst, in addition to being a vampire. Degeneration, adds a dot to your enemy, and gives you major sorcery, increasing your spell damage. The best by 20%. Yep, always have that. Avid Boneyard. You cast it, pulls everybody in, and take the synergy, everybody dies. So yeah. And Impulse, or Storm Pulsar. Basically, it's an AoE ability, which is also buffed by Dagons. And our tooltip here is about 8,700, I would say. Yeah, 8,700. But the the Storm Impulse, the more enemy it hits, increase the damage by 5%. So we're looking at about 30% damage increase if you can get 6 targets in, and with Dark Convergence, yep, everybody will go in. So yeah, I use this at the end of my bombs and to finish my my targets off. Yep, that's weird. Okay, so Stalking Blast Bones. Cast this at the start of the combo, summons a skeleton, and it blows up. Longer it travels, which is unlikely in our case because our bombs happen quick, but longer it travels, the harder it hits. Yep, it's basically like a bomb. And for our ultimate, Glacial Colossus. So this Colossus here, paired with the Dark Convergence, is kinda OP because you cast this, it pulls everybody in, take your synergy, and yeah, huge burst, everybody dies. I will go over my combo in detail later. So yeah, for now, let's go into our back part. Summoner's Armor gives you major resolve, and this morph reduce your Blastbone, Skeletal Mage, and Spirit Mender by 15% more sustain. The reason I didn't choose the other morph is because I don't want it to ruin my CC cooldown. So yep, this one gives me more sustain, which is good. Essential for any Necro PvP build. So yep. Spirit Guardian. Cast a Ghost, heals you, but while active, you take 10% less damage, which is basically like major protection, which segues into our next skill, Blinding Flare. Launch a flare, reveals enemies, but basically we're not using it for the flare, we're using it because while slotted you gain major protection, reducing your damage taken by 10%. So yes, you got the ghost, you got this slotted on your bar, you're mitigating 20% damage on top of Potentates, which is 3%, and also on Death passive from Vampire, which is 30%. So yeah, you're mitigating a lot of damage. Yep, you'll be really tanky. Resistance Flush heals you, best heal in the game, and how I would like to use this is whenever you heavy attack, you gain Major Mending, which is this passive here. Increase your healing by 15%. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Yep, you gain Major Mending after completing a fully charged heavy attack, increasing your healing done by 16%. And also a bit of passives here that I would like to highlight. Fully charged heavy attacks restores 30% more Magicka. So yep, heavy attack, Major Mending, Resistance Flash, yep, a lot of heals. That's basically how I play. And I will go over the combo section in a moment. Race Against Time. My favorite defensive skill in the game because it does so much. Gives you more crit damage, gives you more movement speed, and activating this removes snares and immobilization. Let's just say you get hit by Fossilized, by a DK. You know, you can roll away to get rid of the snare, or you can just Race Against Time and it will get rid of it. You get hit by a dark convergence, roll away, and you know, a big chunk of your stamina is gone. Or race against time, get out of it. So yeah, it just does so much. Basically it gives you three things: crit damage, movement speed, and also remove snares. Yep, quite essential on my back bar. Pretty good. And back bar ultimate, basically reviving barrier. I don't cast this, I put this in here for passive purposes. If you go to the support skill line, increase your Magicka recovery by 10% for each support ability slotted. We got 2, blinding flare and reviving barrier, so that's 20% Magicka recovery. So with the Mender out, which also increase your recovery, we're looking at about 1100 Magicka recovery. So yep, pretty good. Now the combo. Basically, make sure race against time is up for the extra crit damage, and degeneration is up. And I'm gonna do elusive miss, light attack, blast bones, Colossus, and boneyard. Yep, I did that slowly, but yep, it's a lot of sequence of moves. But yeah, while this cooldown is happening, because there is a cooldown on your synergy which is 20 seconds, and the cooldown for dark convergence is 15 seconds, so basically you get a bomb every 20 seconds. Okay, so make sure race against time is up. Have an ult. Have an ult. Degeneration is cast. Elusive miss for strike against shadows, whatever that thing is, for 300 spell damage. Yep. So yep, elusive miss, light attack to proc the glyph, blast bones, Colossus, avid boneyard, take this energy, and yep, that's the combo. Okay. With this burst, you're hitting your opponents with at least 6k spell damage. So yep, again, elusive miss, degeneration, light attack, glyph the proc, blast bones, take the synergy. That's when you don't have an ult. But you have an ult, obviously. Once your damage is proc, you cast your ult instead. And also impulse to finish your opponents off. Back bar, make sure all your buffs are healed. Are cast. I don't know why I say healed there. But yeah, just heavy attack gives you back resources, and also builds your ults. Race against time to remove snares, and basically heavy attack gain the major mending, and heal, you'll be at full health in no time. And you can build ult not just from heavy attack and also light attack. Let's just say there's a huge ass like battle going on there, and you don't want to like heavy attack and give away your location, because basically how I play this build is I want to be unnoticed while building ults, but having the tankiness to survive a 1v1 or sometimes even a 2v1 scenario by utilizing the vampire passive and my heals and stuff. And while I'm doing this, I'm building ult. So if you want to be unnoticed and you don't want like 4 or 5 people coming at you, you can just light attack and watch your ultimate resources slowly go up. So yep, that is basically it. Not just heavy attack, you can light attack. Yep, it'll slowly go up. And the cost for the ultimate for this is around 248, something like that, or 243. Basically, when you're 243 ultimate. So yep, be on your back bar with all the buffs, and once you have enough ult, degeneration must be up, elusive miss, light attack, grave robber, synergy, and everybody dies. So yep, that's the build. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it's informative. Sorry if I missed anything, and I missed something, which is the potions. The potions I'm using: immobility, become immune to knockback and disabling effects, heals you, restore, Magicka. And you know, let's just say like there's some battle going on here. There's always a battle going on here, but you want to cast your bomb, but you're scared that you might get snared or stunned or whatever. You pop this potion, you're free for the next 10 seconds to cast your bomb and kill everybody. So yep, that's the build, and thank you for watching.